Shalom, everybody. This is Rabbi Stuart Darwin from Interfaithfulness, where we're building bridges where history builds walls. Now, usually on Tuesday, I'm trying to do a video with my friend Bruce Stokes, but he's got a family illness that he's taking care of today, so I'm here alone. And I thought I would share with you something about what has become a kind of a favorite subject for Bruce and I, and that is CHavurah. And I want to begin a little series of FAQs about the CHavurah, because everybody talks about the CHavurah, but you get the feeling that a CHavurah is whatever anybody says it is. Well, that's not true. What is a CHavurah? So I'd like to deal with answering your FAQs about the CHavurah. FAQ number one is, what is a CHavurah and where did it come from? In the first century, it was our people, the Jews, who invented a meeting model called a CHavurah. This was a small fellowship group that met together regularly, actually daily, to eat and to study, to pray, and to build each other up in Jewish life, all the while setting an example for others. It was developed by the Pharisees, who met together just this way in cities and in villages, to eat together, pray together, and learn together, all the while perfecting their practice of Jewish life for the benefit of all Israel. Also in the first century, the Essenes of the Qumran community. You've heard of them. Let's talk about the Essenes of the Qumran community at the Dead Sea, famous for the scrolls. They had similar groups. The Essenes were purists, looking to counter religious corruption that they attributed to the establishment in Jerusalem, while the Dead Sea community were purists who withdrew from contact with the wider community. The Pharisees sought to invade the wider community with their example and influence, kind of like Chabad in our day. So fast forward about 2,000 years. Interest in the CHavurah exploded in the countercultural 1960s, late 1960s, and early 70s. It began in the Northeast among knowledgeable religious young Jews who had trouble relating to their parents' more conservative values and their opulent worship centers. It all began near Boston with Chavarat Shalom. And it's obvious that in our own day, there are many millennials who grew up in and around the Messianic Jewish movement who feel estranged from their parents' values and institutions and are looking for new ways to associate with each other and to grow together spiritually and relationally. Getting back for a moment to the first century, it wasn't just the Pharisees and Essenes who created CHavurah. Yeshua and his disciples did the same thing. They also met together to eat, to learn, to study, and to grow, assisting each other in their life of faith for the sake of Israel and ultimately the world. Their CHavurah were modeled after the North Mediterranean family, with people strongly related to each other because they looked to the same elder brother as their link to the same father. This is the way families were structured in their time and culture. For them, as for us, the elder brother was Yeshua. And of course, the father to whom we are all related through that elder brother is God, the Father. This kind of familial model spread beyond the Mediterranean throughout the Roman world. The apostles not only spread the good news, they also spread a way of meeting together, the CHavurah, which in the Roman world became known as the house church or the home church. We call such meetings, house churches, home churches, CHavurah, we call such meetings Chai meetings. And this was the only way Yeshua believers, Jew or Gentile, met together until the 4th century. Such gatherings help us to grow in relationship with God and with each other. These two factors are interlocked. We should grow in loving Hashem, our God, with all our heart, soul, and mind, and also grow in loving our neighbors as ourselves while loving each other as Yeshua loved us. This doesn't happen well in big theater-style religious gatherings. It is meant to happen in small familial gatherings of face-to-face relationship, the CHavurah. Now you know what it is. A household meeting where people eat together, pray together, learn together, and grow in their life with God together for the sake of others. And now you also know where it came from the 1st century Pharisees, Essenes, and early Yeshua believers. So I wonder if there's any comments up here. I see there's no comments from any of you today, but I invite you to comment when I do these broadcasts because I want to interact with you. You're an important part of everything that I'm involved in. So I want to remind you to learn something about the CHavurah Action Initiative, the CHavurah Action Initiative, and I want to share with you how perhaps you can get in touch with us. Just contact us at interfaithfulness.org if you want to know more. interfaithfulness.org. So thank you very much for your time. It's been good being with you. I hope you learned something that'll be useful to you. And we'll be back with you again soon. Shalom for now.